Welcome to FPL Rivals, the end of season review. It is the last episode of this season, and what a season it's been. It's been a slog for some, heartbreaking for others, and ecstatic for a certain few. How are you boys doing? I can't believe it. CJ, I'll start with you, mate. How are you?
Mate, I can't believe it's the end. I cannot believe it's the end. I just read on the old script here, episode 51, which is frightening that we've done 51 episodes between us. But no, it was a good little end of the season. I'm sure we'll get into it later on. You were very unlucky with the overall points, but massive congrats to Mike. Like, I just got no words for that. What he did in the playoffs, it was absolutely scandalous.
Congratulations, Mike.
We have to get that graph up later on, which shows his position compared to yours all year. Did you put that on the group? Did you?
No, I think Mike did. Mike himself did.
That did make me laugh. But no, all good, mate. Looking forward to a nice little break before the start of the World Cup and forgetting about fantasy for a couple of months.
Likewise. How are you doing, Alex?
Yeah, good. I mean, it's mad to, as Siege said, it's mad that we've done 51 episodes this season. I mean, look, what comes back to mind, Siege, is when we had the golf weekend and you did the pod from that horrific hotel.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking back to like right at the beginning of the season when we kind of first started and to where we are now. It's pretty mad. Everything, the amount of work that we've done, I think we all deserve at least a good few weeks off.
Absolutely.
And to not think about fantasy for a while. I'm definitely, once this episode's done, I've written it down that I'm taking 2 weeks away from talking about anything league related, and then I'm going
just talking back. Full stop. Just not going to talk.
Just talking full stop would do lots of people a favour, but yeah, I mean. And it was good to kind of finish off the season with that live episode we did on.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Well done for that, boys. Well done for that. Sorry I couldn't join. Yeah.
I just wanted to shout out to all those that did come on and join us. I know we didn't probably time it the best because the weather was like the best it's been in the UK forever, and everyone was outside enjoying the weather, and we were sat inside.
You guys are getting mid-30s at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, today's a bit cooler. But it has been hot. But yeah, just shout out to Balf who came on, Peaks that came on, Mike came on, Rafaro came on, Nick dipped in for a little bit. Will was there with Peaks, which was funny. We had people chatting to us in the chat, which was fun. Was there anyone else, Siege, that came on?
I think that was it. But it was a nice little trial. Like it was a good thing to do. We're going to try and potentially do a few more lives next year, but it was good fun.
Didn't really help us that the last day of the Premier League season was pretty drab, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it was pretty poor, wasn't it?
It was.
There wasn't really much going on. And I think even we'll talk about the grand final in a minute, even that in the end really wasn't.
Not like last year's, boys,
it didn't even seem
No, it wasn't like last year's, CJ, yeah. I was going to say that. There was sort of like, it was like drama and stress-free, wasn't it, in many ways, for the two finalists, compared to you last season when you lost on a technicality, which was just absolutely savage.
I think Peaks knew as soon as Palace had scored that his time was up. I think even then it was hopeful. Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, he wasn't far off. But like he texted me beforehand and said Tati, Castellanos, Bowen or Osula. I just went Bowen, no brainer. I said to him, and I put him in my team. I put him in my team and captained him. And halfway through the live, I don't know, for some reason I just thought Peaks had Bowen. I was like, Peaks, mate, Bowen scored, and he was like, I haven't fucking got him. I was like, oh. I was like, all right.
It was the transfers he made that we'll get into in a little while to kind of look at his team, because he probably tinkered too much with it in the end. But
we'll come on to that. But I'm going to hand over to CJ to do a review of the season from a fantasy football perspective, where we're going to look at all the top point scorers and the DEFCON contributors and everything like that. But before I do, I just want to have a shout out to one of our league's own. And I'm going to try and do this without getting too emotional because, it's a cause that's very close to our heart, and it's a big thing. But Charlie and his family have been going through some pretty tough times, and so we just wanted to shout out as a pod to his crowdfunding page for his sister, his Just Giving page. So basically, Charlie's sister, Victoria, who many of you will know, has recently undergone major brain surgery to remove a large tumour from the area of the brain responsible for movement. So while the operation was successful, it is going to have an impact on her life. She's currently unable to use the left-hand side of her body, and her current condition is called supplementary motor area syndrome. So that could be, while it's considered temporary, the recovery can be slow and unpredictable. So in her honor, or just to support her, Charlie is running 50 kilometers on the 4th of July, an ultra marathon. What a fucking guy. What a man.
Yeah.
Just really want to throw our support behind him and let him know that, our thoughts are with him at this time. And we can give you the details of the Just Giving page. I think he had a £1,500 target. I think he's absolutely smashed through that, thanks to some of the boys in the group. But we just wanted to shout out to it again, and we'll post the link and provide you with all the details and everything like that. But just to put it into context, I think £1,500 roughly covers a day or more of a specialist neurological rehab. So she's in a tough time at the moment, where it's gonna, the next 3 to 6 months are gonna be definitive. So any and all cash will help. But yeah, Charlie, we're thinking of you, and FPL Rivals and all the boys are behind you, and really proud
absolutely.
of you. Can't believe you're running 50 kilometers, mate. I get out of breath going up the stairs. So well done, mate. Well done.
Yeah, agreed. And I think it's just, we always say it on this. Whenever one of our own does something pretty special, we'll try and remember to call them out. And this is probably one of the most special things that someone in our league has talked about it, has gone and done. I know we have Farney's done some amazing things in his High Rocks recently, and he's been doing things for charity as well. And Peaks always continues to go above and beyond in his whatever he does, Iron Men.
His Iron Man, yeah.
His Iron Man, and
pushes his body to the absolute limit for no reason, but yeah.
And Balf always goes above and beyond about making sure that he can pick on everybody in the league as much as possible by swearing at them or whatever. So, we always look after one of our own, but it's very much one that's close to Ben and I's especially. We've known Victoria very long
up with
time.
Vicky, haven't we?
Yeah. So yeah, just a shout out to her and the Milson family, and
absolutely.
Wish them a recovery.
Siege, I'm going to hand over to you before I get too emotional, mate. Give us some stats and stuff about fantasy football this season.
Right. Yes. So obviously we used to do this on the pod, didn't we? To start with on a when we released the Friday ep, and it got a little bit full on, so we split up the episodes. But we thought we'd do our football chat around fantasy today, just going through top point scorers. We're actually going to have a look at DEFCON, because actually I think the introduction of DEFCON was absolutely fantastic this year. It just allowed us to really think about picking, and it wasn't everyone just wasn't picking those attacking fullbacks. We really were thinking about, and we're going to go on to most valuable players later on. There's a few DEFCON merchants in there, but just to look at team of the season, and we'll have a little discussion about certain players who made. So we had Raya, who was the top scoring goalkeeper with 162. Then a back three of Gabriel, Gay and Virgil. So Gabriel was the top scoring defender with 209. Gay in second with 179. And then Virgil was 175. He was actually joint with Senesi as well. So either of them could have had that last spot. Then the four-man midfield was Bruno Fernandes with the top scoring midfielder with 235 points. Antoine Semenyo in second with 202. He had an outstanding season. Gibbs White in third with 188 points. I think he had 19 goal involvements over the season, which was absolutely fantastic.
How is he not in the England squad with that?
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And we talked about that on the live episode. We'll talk about that more in a second. But just to finish off that midfield, it was Declan Rice with 184. And then actually just a little shout out to Elliot Anderson, who was the fifth highest scoring midfielder with 180 points. We'll go into DEFCON in a second. And then the three strikers were Erling Haaland, 239 points. And then almost 50 points behind him was Jared Bowen in second with 187. And then to finish off that front three was Igor Thiago with 181. So a 3-4-3. A lot of teams would have had a lot of those players throughout. But Butler, firstly, any surprises in that team to start with?
Maybe not. To be honest, I was quite surprised that Bowen was there, but then actually I'm now thinking about it, I'm not surprised. I think that just shows how bad West Ham was, and the fact that Bowen could not, the amount of fancy points he got, he couldn't even carry them out of relegation on his own. It just shows how poor the rest of the team was. I'd love to see how many other West Ham players actually got any points. I can't really, can't imagine it was many. Maybe him, yeah. Gibbs White actually did catch my attention. I didn't realise that he'd had that many goals and goal and assist contributions this season. I would have thought Elliot Anderson would have picked into that, or Declan Rice, but Rice is there anyway. No, not really. I mean, amazing that Semenyo got 200 points. I mean, what a guy! Imagine where he was at the beginning of the season. No one really had him in their team, and now look at him.
It's crazy actually, because I'm in another draft league as well, which I've mentioned, and we for some reason picked. I think we were clutching at straws a bit towards the end of the draft, and we picked Semenyo, and like we actually had first pick in the draft, which was Salah. We went for Salah instead of Haaland, but Semenyo has pretty much won us. So we actually won it again this year. We won it 2 years in a row, but Semenyo's been amazing. It's crazy actually. Looking at that team, if that could easily have been your team from the start of the year, couldn't it? If just looking at it now, the massive surprise I think was Igor Thiago coming in sort of the third place striker, like 181 points, like amazing. Not debut season because he was injured last year, but how many goals did he end up with in the end? 22, was it?
Yeah, I think I was slightly disappointed. He could have. A lot of his goals were braces, and I think that was what's frustrating from a fantasy perspective. I think that's what was frustrating is he was inconsistent. That he'd score like 2 and then not score for 4 or 5 games, and then score like a hat trick and then not score for 3 or 4 games. And I think that happened to him a lot. I suppose because it helped he was on penalties, and Brentford must have got quite a few penalties this season. They must have been up.
Yeah. It's just mad with that as well. And the thing with him, you couldn't take him out of your team because he scored braces. It was crazy. It was absolute madness. But just to go back to Bowen, he actually got, just looking at now, he had 22 goal involvements this year, 9 goals and 13 assists he got. Like, I think I had him at the end of last season as
Does he stay at West Ham, do you think?
I was going to ask, do you think he stays or do you think he goes?
He's got to go to Newcastle, Ben, hasn't he? You're going to have the dosh.
He's got to, mate. Do you know?
I heard United, I heard.
Oh, he almost signed for Newcastle before he went to West Ham, and then Ashley blocked it. He agreed terms and everything like that. It would have been a great signing. But yeah, I'd love him at the Toon.
He would be good, especially after you just sold your prize asset for, is it 80 million, is it? How have you got 80 million for? How have you got 80 million for Gordon?
I mean, 60 million.
Oh, is it euros? That must be euros then, is it?
It's 80 million euros, yeah. I think, with some
add-ons.
add-ons.
What do you think about that? Just quickly, mate. Just quickly, what do you think about that? I know you mentioned Bayern, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. I was talking to you about it earlier, wasn't I, Alex? I think it's actually a good deal all round for everybody. Like,
yeah, agreed.
We make a nice profit on a player who's probably stagnated for the past 18 months. I think he's going to really, really do well in a Barcelona shirt. It's so weird to say that. Anthony Gordon in a Barcelona shirt.
I think it's good for England that someone like that is going to a team like that. I think it's only going to help his game.
Absolutely.
People like Lamine Yamal and Olmo and Rafinha and all those unbelievable players that they've got. I mean,
I think he'll suit their style down to the ground because they press like crazy, and so does he. They play a really high line. He's not like a technical player like Rafinha or like Lamine Yamal, but he'll do very well.
There'll be no pressure on him either because he won't need to play every game because they've got so much talent in the attacking parts. I'm even hearing like they're about to sign Julio Alvarez.
Yeah, I saw that.
Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they still reckon they could keep Rashford. So imagine if they...
I would imagine that Gordon puts an end to Rashford, though.
Well, apparently they're still interested in Rashford returning. I think Rashford's he's had a good season at United. I think it favours him going back with that. Michael Carrick's now the manager there. I think that helps him out a bit. But
yeah, true.
But would you not just cut your losses and go, nah, your time's done, see you later? But back to Gordon, I think, yeah, as you say, Ben, I think it's good all round.
Yeah, good business, I think.
Parties.
Excellent
Definitely.
business. Excellent business.
I was having a bit of technical issues there, but Elliot Anderson, massive surprise for me. I knew he was a good player. I didn't realise he was such like a DEFCON beast, though.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But we'll go on to that now because actually, like I said before, I think DEFCON was a fantastic addition to the game. And we'll look at the top 5 DEFCON point scorers here. So I'm going to tell you how many DEFCON points they scored and then a percentage out of their total points, which is actually scandalous when we actually look at some of these percentages. But number 1 was Marcos Senesi. So out of his 175 points, 52 of those were DEFCON points. So 30% of his points came through DEFCON points.
He's leaving Bournemouth this season, isn't he, as well? I think. He's going to Spurs. I think Senesi's going to Spurs, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Well, nothing was written because it was whether or not they were staying up. But I think now they're staying up. I think it is pretty much done because Van der Ven's out the door. So
is he? Where's he going?
Supposedly. Don't know. But apparently he said that he's leaving.
Okay. But then your boy in second, Elliot Anderson. So out of his 180 points, 52 of those were DEFCON. And for a midfielder, if you've got to remember that they have to have 12 contributions for a midfielder, he pretty much got that every game. So 28.9% of his points.
On Elliot Anderson, he is huge for what England do this summer.
Mad.
He is massive for how England have not had a player like this since I can remember. A player that will sit in front of the back four and just clear up everything. Yeah. And that's exactly that. He's just shown that this season, hasn't he? By clearing up, picking up all those DEFCONs, clearing up mess in front of Forest's back four. I think it just gives, for England's point of view, it gives players like Rice and Bellingham real free roam in that midfield to kind of just go and float up in the box and be a pain, and let Elliot Anderson can just sit in front of the back four and just protect him.
That's it as well, because with the midfielders, they actually got extra DEFCON points for ball recoveries. And I would love to see, it's probably going to be impossible, I'd love to see his percentage of ball recoveries per game. And because with that as well, like you said, Butler, he's actually technically an unbelievable footballer as well. Like, if you actually just watch him and player cam him, he's so technically good. Like that goal against City earlier on the year just sort of summed up like his ability. But you are right, Ben. I think he was a massive shock, but he was tipped for DEFCON at the start of the year. And I think he started off a little bit. People weren't too sure, but if you had him in your team throughout, we'll go on to most valuable players, but he's definitely up there in terms of points per million.
Can we just go back to that Senesi thing? Because it's literally breaking news right now on Sky Sports that he's closing in on a move to Spurs. And they're also hoping to sign up Andy Robertson.
I saw that.
They've got Andy Robertson. That's done, I think. That will be done. Senesi from Bournemouth to Spurs is a weird one. Like, surely Senesi has a pick of quite a few clubs, and the Tottenham choice is a strange one considering the last couple of years they've had.
Do you think though? Do you think he has a choice of club? I can't imagine.
I just think he must be getting paid. He must be getting paid a fortune to go to Spurs. I know it's a big club, but he's sacrificing Champions League footy with Bournemouth. Like, he must be getting double the wages to go there.
Did Bournemouth get champs or did they get Europa?
Oh no, Europa, didn't they?
Europa, yeah. Okay, I was going to say.
I suppose.
But to sacrifice Europa to battle relegation, it's a strange
Bournemouth's defence is going to get cut again.
Decimated again, isn't it?
That's what we said last year, though.
Teams are
they came back
interested in
even
True
better.
Fair as well. You know, people are interested in him, and I think you know
he was fantastic. We'll go on to
Ben called him earlier in the season.
Truffet.
Yeah.
I have to learn his name.
But
just to work on my pronunciation over the summer, boys. Jeez.
You can use the World Cup to help you, Ben. When you watch Caracol, pronounce all their players' names. Then you can.
Just to finish off the list of DEFCON lads, we had James Tarkowski in third. So he, out of his 170 points, 44 of those were DEFCON, so 25% of his points. And then Maxence Lacroix, out of 154 points, 40 of those were DEFCON. Exactly the same numbers with James Garner. He's the other midfielder on. He didn't do too well before the end of the season, but he again was exceptional for DEFCON. If you just look at those two, there'd be no harm having Elliot Anderson and James Garner in your team next year for the whole year if they're going to produce. I was going to say,
all these boys are going in my template. All these lads are going in because they're all
interested to see what Anderson's price is next year, because I think he started at 5 mil, didn't he, this year?
He'll be at City as well, won't he?
No, mate, come back to Newcastle. Come home. We're going to take that Gordon money.
Newcastle are in bother. They're going to have no players left by the time the summer's out.
We'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
He'll be playing Walter Marder at centre back.
He'll be going back down the pitch. Right, last little bit, just to look at the top 5 most valuable players throughout the year. So I'm actually going to read the price they finished at. So these points per million would be better with the price they started with. So the most valuable player in the game this year was Mark Gay. So his price finished at 5.1. So he got 179 points. So he actually scored 35 points per million, which is unbelievable value in fantasy. If you look at Haaland, obviously getting 237, but he's 14.5. So if you think about it, that Gay was just 50 behind and he was pretty much 10 mil less. Then we had True Fair in second with his price was 4.8, which obviously rose a lot towards the end of the year. His total points were 165 and he was 34.4 million points per million there. I think Smithy was one of the only ones who had him for pretty much the whole season in our team, which was unbelievable. Yeah, then we had Marco Senesi. His price finished at 5.2. He got 175 points, as I said, 33.7 points per million. Then this one in fourth is Mukiele. So his price finished at 4.6, but I think he started at 4 mil.
He did,
didn't he?
Yeah.
He actually scored 151 points this year.
In the second week with Dan
Unbelievable,
Ballard,
and everyone went for him. And he 150 points for a £4 million defender was unbelievable. He got 32.8 points per mil. And then just to finish off that list in fifth was Elliot Anderson. So his finishing price was 5.7. I think he was definitely 5 mil to start with. And he got 180 points, so 31.6 points per million. What do you think about that list? Particularly, actually, just what was your thoughts on Gay? I know Butler, you had Gay for a long. I had him when he was at Palace, and then I actually got rid of him when he went to City. But he was an unbelievable asset, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he had a phenomenal start to the season, didn't he?
He did.
At Palace, he was.
He started at 4.6 as well. I remember because I had him from week one.
Yeah, well, I remember one week he scored against Villa, and Ben had him in his bloody team, didn't he? And when
I think I did. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he helped me beat Connor. That was mad.
Yeah, I think obviously his points probably dried up slightly going to City just because of he's not getting as many DEFCON. So many DEFCON early on in the season, but then even for City towards the end, I think again I'm delighted that he's English because I think he's great to have. The fact that he's going to be one of our centre backs, I'm quite happy to say. You know what? It was only 2 years ago that he really came out of his shell.
I know.
At the Euros, so I mean everyone was surprised that he was starting there, and he was brilliant for England then. So I think I'm delighted that he's English and will be going in the World Cup and. He's going in good form. He's going in winning after winning the FA Cup and League Cup double. So,
how many out of those 5 did you boys have? I had 4 out of 5. The only one I didn't touch all season was Treffair. because I can't say his
Yeah.
name.
I didn't touch Anderson or Truth. I had the other three at points.
The problem I had is I left Anderson on the bench every bloody week. So left gone every week.
The story. What about though? Is this a bold shout? I'd say Truth Fair is in the top 5 signings of the season. I would say.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
probably.
I'd never heard of him until this season.
No.
That's quite a bold shout. If you
It is bold. It is bold. But I was just thinking about it, like.
Because you got to say Semenyo's up there.
Yeah, Semenyo is up there. Semenyo is up there, but I think from a complete unknown.
Yeah,
like complete unknown. Yeah. And like Mukiele as well, to be fair to him. But like Trufair come out of absolute nowhere and has been the last obviously when they've been on that unbeaten run when they were on that, he was unbelievable. But the thing with him, it was assists. They weren't keeping many clean sheets. He was getting assists, he was getting DEFCON, he was doing really, really well. I think he popped up with a goal at the end there, but it's interesting.
Funny, isn't
looking
it,
at that
that
list.
you've got? I think that just shows Iriola's class in management in the fact that their whole defense was gutted last summer.
Yeah,
and then it's probably going to get gutted again this summer, even though he's leaving. And with Trufair and Senesi both up there, I think. I mean, what can you say about that? It's just
he's going to Bayer Leverkusen, isn't he?
I've heard
Iriola.
that. Strange one. That. Strange one.
Yeah.
If I was Liverpool right now, I would have sacked Slot and got Iriola in. But hey,
Xabi Alonso. Why didn't they do that either? Stuck with Slot. Interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting how they've stuck with that, but that's a topic for another day.
That is. But end of fantasy chat for the year, there, lads. It's been a good one. Looking forward to next year. Particularly, I think it was actually really good having the 2 sets of chips this year. I know with our head-to-head it was slightly muffled, but I thought that was excellent. With the DEFCON, I thought it was a really, really good year. Yes, I think the overall points champion, the scores were a lot lower than previous years, but it was a lot more tactical, and yes, you always have to have your luck along the way, but it just shows that if you persist,
luck came at the end of the season when I was relegated.
That's it.
I
if you persist with these players,
the season, and I was like, I went from 1.5 million to 900,000 in the space of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm relegated, so it doesn't matter.
Crazy. But it's mad if you actually had that team of the season, which you easily could have done for the whole year, like, and not that you're never going to touch it, but you could have really had that team for the whole year if you persisted with it. But yeah,
very good. Cool stat that I read, by the way. Actually, Zubimendi is the first player ever to be a new signing and play every game and win the Premier League in his first season.
Wow, okay. I didn't realise he played every game.
Yeah, apparently so in the Prem.
Fair play.
Or he'd made every appearance in every game.
Great signing, isn't it? Good signing for Arsenal. Really, really good.
Really was, yeah.
Right, we'll be right back after this break and we'll talk about the grand final of FPL Rivals. Welcome back to the pod. Right, let's talk about the final game of the playoff. It was Illiman's Illuminati with 48 points. Lewis Peacock versus Odegaard, my title. The reigning champion, Mike, coming in again with 60 points this time. So the story of the final this year was a free hit versus bench boost, which on the final day of the season could see anything happen. Mike in particular said he was in a spot of bother, with his exact words being in the lead up to the game, "My team is in ruin thanks to Man City bottling it." Clearly, though, he had his ear to the ground with some rumours flying around on Twitter that Haaland would be rested in the final game of the season, which was a great shout, by the way. I don't know if you boys saw that, but can't remember the exact Twitter handle that leaked the team sheet, but it was dead on. And I ended up benching Haaland with about 2 minutes before the deadline, having previously captained
him. Thanks for sharing that knowledge with us, Ben. Jesus.
Did you not know? I mean, Mike and I were in the know.
It was all over Twitter, to be fair.
It was, wasn't it? But
I was busy that morning.
But Mike brought in Bowen for the Norwegian striker and was rewarded with a 12-point swing. No such luck for Lewis, unfortunately, who banked heavily on the Man City striker and captained him with Richarlison his vice. Coincidentally, that's who Mike went for too, so both of them betting big on Spurs surviving relegation on the final day. Peaks used his free hit to bring in an entirely new team. 13 players in total coming in, including the likes of Traffert, Asula, Mavropanos, and Pedro Porro. However, some of those moves just didn't pay off for him. Most notable there is the Watkins to Richarlison one.
Minus 11 on that.
Brutal. Minus 11 on that.
Second week in a row, someone's taken Watkins out and then lost.
Yeah.
Trav did it the week before. Took Watkins out for Gyökeres.
Yeah.
And he got a double and an assist, and then did it again.
And Peaks, you'd have to say that Watkins was the reason that you won our semi-final. So you didn't show him faith and you were punished. And likewise, he went Semenyo to Bruno G there, as you can see, which wasn't the right call either. Man City winger outscoring the Newcastle midfielder by 5 points.
That was going from Semenyo to Bruno Guimaraes.
So rogue. That's actually shocking. That is shocking, that transfer.
Well, it makes sense at the time because you think Fulham are in poor form, Newcastle starting on the uptick, so I could sort of see the logic behind it. But yeah, that ended up being a drab final game for Newcastle. But all in all, Peaks' free hit actually only gained him 4 points compared to his previous team, by my maths anyway, because I just added all that and minused all that together. It doesn't actually say there, does it? So I think he only did 4 points better, but that's my back of the napkin.
The contrast is looking at Mike's transfers where they're all plus.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You know,
how does he do that? Like he even called this, like Saka didn't. Saka got completely rested as well. I don't think he was even brought off the bench, was he? And Szoboszlai got 2 points. So even though those marginal gains, Mike is all over. It's unbelievable. And I'm not bitter about it. Anyway, Mike basically had another great display from Gibbs White to set him on his way to victory. So that, as well as 9 vital points from his bench boost. Bowen scored 12 points, double the 6 that Peaks got his from his front line. And it just ended up being too much ground for Lewis to gain on, despite Pedro Porro and Mavropanos, those 2 free hit transfers, scoring 18 points between them. So actually, he did very well in defence. It was more his midfield and front line that let him down. So with a 60-point tally, Mike sneaks past me in overall points and nabbed himself the playoff prize as well as another 75 quid. So congrats to Mike, who has now back-to-back titles under his belt in FPL Rivals.
Crazy.
While Peaks had a fantastic run at the end there, he did fail at the final hurdle. But yeah, that is just mad from Mike there. Like,
unbelievable.
The overall points thing, could we just talk about that for a second? I'm sorry to make it about myself and less about the final, but like, what was going on there? Because I swear every time I checked it, the total points were changing and like the bonus points were being recalculated.
I did read that Fantasy, they were doing like, they weren't going to give the bonus points as quickly as they normally do. They wanted to review it properly to make sure.
It was agonising because
it went on long. I don't think we knew to the next day. I don't think really.
No. And you text me. You said Ben, I think you've won by 1 point. I checked it.
That's how it worked out because it worked out that way. And I was like, Ben, I think you might have won this. And then at one point it was a draw, and I was like, if it's a draw, we're gonna have to split it. And then I woke up after a sleep, and Mike had won by a point.
Yeah, mad. Do you know what I think it was? I think it was Bruno Fernandes's bonus points. That's because those kept changing. I'd captained him, so I was either getting 6 extra points or 4 extra points, whereas Mike had him but not as captain, so he was getting 3 extra points or 2 extra points, and it kept changing. And it's hilarious. I even saw this thread online where it's like, I don't think they've calculated Bruno Fernandes's DEFCON correctly, and then he'd uploaded all the clips of his interceptions and stuff, and I was like, I've counted 14 here, so he should get 2 DEFCON points, and he hasn't got it. And I was like, do you know what? I think I'm just going to let Mike have it. I'm not going to get involved in this. It's fucking mental. But yeah, well done, Mike. I mean, just an unbelievable effort there at the end of the season, considering where he was in March, where I think he was like 9th or something like that. And there was a question as to whether he'd actually make the playoffs, wasn't there? And now he's come in. He had 4 free transfers this week for the final. He had his bench boost ready, and look at that. Just look at that
took
graphic
manager
there.
of the month a double at the end of the season as well.
There as well. So his total winnings, I'm just going to steal this from you, Alex. His total winnings for overall champion this year, 380 quid to Mike. So I bet that's burning a hole in your pocket. Well done, mate.
That's a decent return off 25 quid, isn't it?
Very, very, very good. And over to you, Alex, because this is your amazing graphic here. I'll shut up. But I'm very gutted.
We're looking first at, before we get into our prestigious FPL Rivals end of season award ceremony. I mean, all the LMAs happened in the week as well. But this is bigger than that. Right, people want next year. We'll actually do a red carpet event for our end of season awards. That's the target. All of us meeting on Zoom or meeting on the podcast in suits and ties.
I'll fly over. I'll claim it on the FPL Rivals expenses.
We'll work it out. We'll go to Ireland, neutral venue, and see put up a gazebo, and we're all just sitting in a gazebo having some food
in between England and the US. Ireland.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, boat there, Ben. But anyways, so as Ben said, Mike took away with the overall champion, winning the playoffs. Obviously, the total points champion as well, sneaking it by a point, and the last 2 managers of the month. So properly cleared up the last 2 months with £380. Ben, you did pretty well as well. I mean, I think you were top of the table pretty much all season bar 1 week, I think, or maybe 2 weeks.
There was like a 2-week dip in January.
So you did take the league standings champion, which gave you a nice £100, and you did also win the first 2 manager of the month, so you take home a nice £130. And then a shout out to the rest of these managers who also won manager of the month. Connor won it for October. Jennings, of all people, who got relegated, won it in November. Nick won it in December. Nixie won it in January. Smithy in February. Matt in March. And then, as it says there, Mike doubled up at the end, and Ben took the first 2. So that's the first bit of the awards. Now, Asij, I didn't know if you wanted first to actually try and show the graph of Mike's.
Shit.
Let's see if we can get that up.
I've got it here in front of me.
Yeah, do you want to share it?
I'll share it, yeah.
Share the graph of Mike and Ben.
Is that his league standings compared to my league standings?
Yeah.
Well, this is me and Mike. I don't know if I can do Ben and Mike, but if you just look, so look, Mike is the red. So he had a decent enough start. So in game week 5 he was 5th. So he was 4th, in game week 10. Then he plummeted in the next 3 weeks to 12th. And actually, in game week 29, he was still 10th, which is crazy. And as you can see
here,
look
at that spike.
Absolute spike to actually finish in 2nd, just behind you, Ben, as well, in the head-to-head points. But unbelievable season. He's timed. Talk about a title charge timed absolutely perfectly. It was unbelievable, really. It was, and some of the points he scored, like the actual totals of points he scored at the end of that season were. I was so jealous. I was envious of what he was doing at the end.
He messaged me on Monday morning and was like, "Mate, can I just work out how much I've owned? Because I've got to go back to my wife and explain to her why I was walking the corridors of the hotel at night. I have to prove to them it was all worth it." And I was like, "Don't worry, mate. You can walk home with a nice £380 in your pocket. It was definitely worth it."
Yeah, that's it.
You can say that, but that was that. So let's get on to our prestigious FPL Rivals end of season awards. Maybe we call it the Stunny and Share ones because it is still that league, but next year it won't be that. But we've done the first 4 awards anyway. So Mike obviously took those first 2. Ben, you took the league standings. Then we've done the manager of the month. So this is where it gets important. Number 5, finishing last, Charlie Milson.
Trophy builder.
For being the trophy builder. So unlucky to Charlie. finishing last, you got to build a trophy for Mike, and Mike's done you a favour because he said you can post it somewhere in the UK, so that saves Charlie having to send it all the way.
Very
Hold
nice
on,
of him.
hold on. How's Mike going to get it? When is he coming back?
Mike's coming home, he said.
He's coming home, yeah, he did say that.
Because we need a video of Mike unwrapping the trophy, don't we?
Well, I'm sure we'll have another epic video like he sent last year of him unloading it. Mike, what I would say is please don't make it 2.5 minutes long this time. Can you speed it up? I don't want to sit there for 2.5 minutes waiting for you to open a box. Relegated. Charlie obviously finished with bottom. Gazzy 2 is no longer with us. Andy Farney, Jennings, myself and Trotty all relegated to Div 2 next year. And now we get into the real
Alton College contingent there.
Yeah,
relegated.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic Godalming College superior to Alton College. There, right there. If that's anything to go by.
What happened?
They're all Alton College boys.
College.
Yeah, sorry, lads.
Troy and Gaz.
Godalming College lads, superior as usual.
It just shows that our football knowledge is dreadful. But hey, right. So we'll get into what we'll do here is I will try and read most of these. There are 20 odd awards that we need to get through. So some of them I'll breeze through, others I won't. We'll start off with the 9.
9 and Divine.
The 9 and Divine Award, which is you, Ben, for the longest winning streak in the head-to-head season. 9 straight wins from game week 1 to game week 9. You started the season like a man.
In my life.
I know. Yeah. You started the season like a man who had already seen the script. 9 wins on the bounce. Outrageous behaviour to start that. But Ben, you will take our first prestigious main award.
Thank you.
For tonight, the 9 and Divine Award. Again, Ben, we're going to come straight back to you. Who's going to take the Captain Fantastic Award? This is another award here. This is 488 points you got from your captain picks this season,
Whoa,
Ben.
Nice.
Compare that to Mike, who had 466, and Matt with 455. You absolutely smashed it.
Seriously,
I would say that is probably a key reason why you finished where you finished in overall standings, because of how many points you got for your captains. And what we've got here is, while the rest of the league was captaining with vibes and blind hope, Ben was apparently doing actual research. Disgraceful, Ben. Disgraceful. Behaviour.
I mean, if you call set and forget Haaland, actual research.
To be fair,
I guess so.
To be fair, I loved that you'd done so well this year. You were so invested in fantasy this year. It was so good.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It was good for us.
It was good, especially when you were like 3,000th in the world at one point. That was
unreal. Everything I touched. There was 1 week. I think I played my wild card in game week 8, and I put Mukiele in, talking about one of the top scoring defenders, and he got a clean sheet and scored for 17 points. CJ, I remember you messaging me and be like, "How are you doing this?" And I was like, "I don't know." Everything I touched in those first 9 weeks turned to gold. Unfortunately,
and the Van der Ven brace, wasn't it, as well? The Van der Ven 24-pointer.
Yeah.
Ben, you might have to do us a speech at the end of this, because these aren't the first 2 awards you're going to pick up tonight. There may be a few more. You're going to pick up some more. But also someone who features quite frequently, surprisingly, on this award ceremony tonight is Thomas Jennings. So he takes home the Bench Hoarder Award, which means he left 460 points on his bench.
Oh my
that
God.
is the most shown of it. I think Andy Jackson thought he was up there, but I think
I was going to say, I thought Andy had it wrapped up by January.
Yeah, but Jennings had an absolute storm-barning second half of the season, where I think he had a total of 240 points since January left his bench.
460.
Yeah, so what we've got here is
that's
Tom
as much as I got from my captain.
Squad. Yeah, Jennings built the greatest squad in league history, but unfortunately, half of it was sat wearing bibs every weekend.
Butler, me and you are 5th and 6th on that list.
I know. I didn't want to say that, Siege.
350 I left on the bench, and you left 345.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah. To be fair, Ben, you left 331 as well.
What could it be?
Moving on then, the Human Clean Sheet Award. So this goes to Connor.
No, mate. No. You've missed one. All gas, no brakes.
You have missed one.
The only reason I'm bringing it up is because I
just
won
didn't
it.
want to give you another award, Ben, but we'll go back to it quickly. The All Gas No Brakes Award, which is you, Ben, for leading the leading attacking force in fantasy. 504 points from your attackers and midfielders.
Nice.
That made up 339 goal points and 165 assist points. Pretty phenomenal. So Ben defended like a motivational poster and attacked like a man trying to settle a personal vendetta.
What's a motivational poster? Yeah, I do need to work on predicting clean sheets a bit better, clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where you were on that list, but yeah, moving on. Sorry, to Connor in his first year in the league. Connor, you get an award. So the Human Clean Sheet Award. A top defensive wall with 339 points, including 242 clean sheet points.
Impressive.
19 save points from goalkeepers and 78 DEFCON points. Connor's backline was basically Fort Knox, but with bonus points. So congratulations to Connor. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm then just going to flick screens. So give me 2 seconds while we quickly flick to the next set of awards.
These are excellent. These are excellent.
Yeah, these are really good,
aren't they? This was courtesy of. I forgot to say, didn't I? This is courtesy of our AI partner, Copilot. Help me write these, and then ChatGPT turned it into a brilliant poster for me. AI is my assistant. Literally, is my assistant.
Loving the AI.
Yeah, loving the AI. Right, we'll move on to another award that Ben will pick up tonight. I think this is your, 6th award of the evening so far, Ben? Fantastic for you.
I'll take it.
This award was the Why is everyone using chips against me award. Ben, you faced 14 chips, the most chips faced out of anybody, but you won 9 of those and only lost 5. That's pretty phenomenal. So Ben became the league's final boss. Every week someone looked at the fixture and thought, right, triple captain it is. But he somehow overcame it.
I became a bit of a scalp, didn't I? I guess it's because you're in first.
You did.
First and people,
you kept bouncing them off, Ben, so it didn't matter in the end. It was pretty,
you did. That's
pretty phenomenal. So well done to you. Ben, that might be your final award of the evening. So we'll let your ego settle down a bit after those. So we'll move now on to the next award, which is the Lottery Winner Award, which is for Mike Clements, who topped the Lucky Index Award thanks to the Rivals FPL with 101.1 in Luck Index. That is huge. I think the next person on that list was 50 something, so 100 points. If a 50-50 call needed making, Mike somehow got the 70-30 odds instead. This wasn't just luck. This was premium subscription luck. And boy, did it show in the final 2 months of the season. So congratulations to Mike. Now, the next award is a bit of a tragic award. It's the Footballing Tragedy Award. And this goes to Charlie Milson, who finished bottom of our table. The most unluckiest man in the league with an index of minus 111. So over 200 index points behind Mike. Charlie managed the rare feat of making good decisions and still getting punished for them. Proper vintage FPL going on there.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything about it.
Although, so Charlie, if you ever captain a goalkeeper again, I'm going to fly back to England and slap you. So you did make good decisions, but that was not one of them.
That's not what's cost him, to be fair, but it didn't help his cause at the end of the season there. This one we'll quickly breeze over because we know Gazzy T doesn't listen. So the Survivor Award goes to Gazzy T. Between game week 6 to 15, he lost 10 straight games. 10 straight in a row, not even a streak, an emotional endurance event. So Gazzy T, congratulations.
Fair play, Gazzy.
You haven't even spoken to us since what it was, probably October when you left the WhatsApp group, but you've got an award. So Ben, you can pass that on to him and say congratulations on his award there. Right, we'll move on to the 16th award of the evening, the Transfer Market Mogul Award. So Dassy won this one. Congratulations, Dassy. And this is the best long-term transfer impact with a plus 140 plus 442 points from 35 transfers. That's pretty impressive.
That's really good.
Every transfer he made averaged 12.6 points.
Wow.
In the long term. So that would have been over a longer period of time. So Dassey wasn't just making transfers, he was trading futures, spotting value, and moving like peak Wall Street with a wild card. So well done, Dassey. Congratulations to you.
Dassey.
Impressive stat, that one, Dassey. And you didn't finish last again, Dassey. And because of that, you wanted to play another season. So we'll welcome you back next year in Div 1 of all leagues.
Yeah, little shout out to Dassey, actually.
2 years in a row. He's now going to be competing in Div 1.
Yeah,
so
came back strong.
Congratulations to Dassey. The next award is the Deadline Day Clairvoyant Award, which is to Mike Clements. This is the best immediate transfer timing, delivering 111 points on next game week impact. Mike timed transfers like he had the team news, the weather report, and the direct line to the FPL gods. And that blooming showed in the last game week with his decision to bring in Bowen over Haaland. Again, that was huge for him, so well done to Mike. Jennings shows up again for another award. I don't know how he keeps doing this, but he's somehow picking up the awards tonight, but not for the good reason. Remember, the last one was for leaving a lot of points on the bench. Well, this one is the Take a Hit, Feel the Hit award, and that's Jennings, who took 12 hits for a total of a minus 76 points. Jennings treated points like a buy now, pay later scheme, except the payment plan was immediate and painful. And I will not forget this point this season where he fell to his knees in a child's playground after paying his wild card in week 2 of the season.
The week 2 wild card.
But you know what's funny, right? He didn't take any minus points for the last 15 game weeks.
I don't think he did a transfer, did he either?
I think he'd probably given up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. So Mike actually took minus points more than him, but I think there was a week where Jennings took like minus 18 or something stupid when he was just in pure... He thought he could live with what he did last year, but that didn't work. Right, the next award is the No Nonsense, No Hits, No Regrets award, and this goes to two people. It goes to Dassey and Nick. Neither of them took any minus points all season long.
Serious, that's fair play.
So Dassey and Nick look at the point sits and simply said, no, not for me, thanks. I'm going to make it in FPL without taking minus. So well done to you both. But neither of you made the playoffs, so it wasn't worth it in the end, really, was it? Right. 3 awards to go before I have to break.
You're doing well, mate. Keep going. You're doing well.
The Moneyball Award. So this is a new person in our league. So well done to Rafaro. This is your best team value efficiency award at 22.6 points per million.
Good one, yeah.
So
nice.
Really good return for per £1 million in his squad. 22.6 points per million in his squad is pretty good. So Rafaro squeezed every last point out of every last pound that is not in his squad. This is an economic policy. So well done, Rafaro. You keep that up, my son, and you'll be making the playoffs next year. Don't you worry.
Well done, mate. Yeah, that's a good one.
Right, 2 more awards to go. The next one is that you could have just stayed in bed award, and this goes to Luke for the worst immediate transfer timing. With just 20 points from 37 transfers.
Whoa.
That's a shocker,
that. Averaging 1 per transfer. Half per transfer. So, Luke, you really need to get working on the transfer market like a man with insider information. But unfortunately, the insider was catastrophically, I can't even say that word, wrong.
Catastrophically.
So whoever Luke was getting his info from around transfers, it did not work. I mean, to only get 20 points from 37 transfers this season, that is pretty brutal. And then the final award, the Death by 1,000 Transfers award, goes to Charlie Milson, who ranked the worst for long-term transfer impact returning just 48 points from 46 transfers at 1 point per move all season. So Charlie didn't so much build a squad as slowly as repaint it every week, one underwhelming transfer at a time. That ended up with him finishing last and building the trophy. There we go. That's all the awards.
Well done, Alex. 22 awards.
We'll make it way more fun next year. As we said, we'll have a gazebo in CJ's garden, and we'll have a
happily the barbecue set up. The barbecue set up for.
We'll be so famous next year. We'll be able to fly everyone in, and we'll pay for it. CJ will accommodate us all. He'll put us all up.
Yeah.
I'll get a little red carpet around, and CJ and your whole family will have an Irish dinner. I don't know what that includes, but probably loads of potatoes.
Bacon and cabbage, mate. Yeah, that's the one.
Lovely.
Right, I'm done now.
Let's go for a break, give Alex a rest, and then we'll be back with CJ's game.
Welcome back to the final episode of FPL Rivals for the season. I have got an absolute banger today. Shout out to my mate John from work. There's a few lads at work. We've been sending each other a few quizzes about. I put one in the group, I think, a few weeks ago, that De Gea one, which was quite a good one. But so this is we're gonna obviously we've done a lot. Guess the player, guess the clubs all year. Butler has absolutely blown me and Ben out the water with his football knowledge, or should I say football manager knowledge, but still is good football knowledge. So we've also done, I thought your quiz last week was fantastic, the top 10s. This is another top 10 to finish, okay?
Good, I don't have to think of a player, because I'm struggling on the break there.
I've also run out of players this season. My brain has switched off.
So what this is, I'm going to obviously read the category, and I'm actually going to give you 5. You've got 5 chances to get a wrong answer here because it is quite a hard one, okay? So, Premier League years, 1993 season onwards. Can you name the top 11, 2 players share 10th place, of the youngest players to make 100 Premier League appearances? So the youngest players to hit that 100th Premier League appearance. There is one absolute wild card though, so I'll give him to you. The other 10 are well-known names. One of them is Chris Bart Williams, who played from 1993 to 95 for Sheffield Wednesday and Nottingham Forest.
I don't even know who that is. I've never even heard of him.
Didn't have a clue. Can you name the other 10 youngest players to hit 100 Premier League appearances?
Well, I'm going to go straight in there with Wayne Rooney. He's got to be there.
Wayne Rooney is on there. Yes, he is.
Where's he on the list?
Yeah.
I haven't actually got a list of I've just got a list of names. I haven't got a list of actual ages, but I think let me just see here.
Who was the one that you said that we weren't going to get? Chris
Bart Williams is his name.
Never heard of him.
It's going to be my first guess, actually. I'm trying to desperately think of others while CJ looks up the order, but like
they all on the list hadn't hit 21 before they got 100 appearances.
Right.
So they were all young.
Really?
Yeah. So Rooney is gone.
There, Ben, maybe.
So Theo Walcott, maybe?
No, unfortunately, he's not on the list. I thought Theo, but he's not.
I'm going to say Michael Owen because he played fuckloads when he was a kid.
Michael Owen is on the list. He is.
2 points for
very
Alex
young.
Already. Fuck's sake.
2 points for Butler.
And I put Theo Walcott in your head just to get it out of mine.
Don't know why I bother playing. Just ask questions to Alex. I'll just sit here and chill.
Come on, Ben, think. Think of players that have...
Fabregas played early for Arsenal. Fabregas.
Fabregas, I think, actually played when he was 16, didn't he? So, fantastic. Cesc Fabregas, Ben's off the mark.
Well done, Ben.
Butler.
I'm gonna say James Milner.
James Milner is on the list. He is. Played for Leeds, I think, again when he was 16.
He was young as well, wasn't he?
In that excellent team. So yeah, he's played 2 decades, isn't he, in the Prem?
Would Alan Shearer be on there? Maybe.
I thought you said this was hard. I think this is quite easy.
The names are easy. No, Alan Shearer's not, unfortunately, on the list, Ben.
There's an Arsenal player that comes to my mind, and he's currently playing right now, and that's Saka.
Yeah, Saka. Yeah, he is. It was actually
Ben,
a lot
how many
younger.
guesses have you got left?
Yeah, that's a good point. How many?
He still has. He's only missed 2, so
I've got 3 left.
You got 3 left, mate. Yeah.
Frank Lampard, come on, please.
No, mate. No, he was
unfortunately not. No, he was young, to be fair, when he was at West Ham, but not that young. These other names, they are well known. They are well known players. It's getting a little bit hard now.
I'm leaning towards Rio Ferdinand, but I don't think maybe not. But I'm going to say it anyway. Maybe Rio.
Yeah.
No.
Say Rio.
No.
Yes.
No. Not Rio. He was young, to be fair, but not as young as these. We've got 5 more to get. Ben, back to you.
I'm blanking.
I will start giving
seriously blanking. I'm not going to guess a
goal. Players that are young, Ben. Come on, think of it.
It's hard.
I'm not going to guess any goalkeepers because none of them will play.
No goalkeepers. Because when I was doing this, I was thinking like the class of '92. All that lot, but none of that lot are in this list. I've actually got some things on the class of 92. So like Giggs was 22, Gary Neville was 22, Butt was 22, Beckham was actually 23. They didn't play as
many games then though, did they?
No, Scholes 24, Phil Neville 24. So they were all 22 and over when they got 100 appearances compared to this list.
Okay. Yeah,
I've got another one.
Because they play more games these days, don't they? So is it just Prem appearances only though?
Yeah, 100 Prem appearances, yeah.
Come on, Ben, there's so many players. Come on.
Could you give me a hint then?
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah. I don't know how to give you a hint.
1, 2, 3 of these did play for Liverpool at some stage. 3 of them.
Yeah. I want to kind of guess Steven Gerrard because I feel like he broke in quite early, but from the looks of your faces, I'm not going to use that as a guess. So no Stevie G, but they did play for Liverpool. Oh,
yeah.
So Stevie G and Owen were like around at the same time, but Gerrard broke into the team a lot later than Owen did.
Yeah,
Owen was around a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm going to yield my guess. Go on, Alex. You guess next, and then
I'm going to say Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, Raheem Sterling. Sterling. Very good. I think he again played when he was 17, maybe for Liverpool. Was it?
Yeah, he was young. He was 16, QPR. I think, when he started playing for Liverpool.
He moved from QPR, didn't he? I think to Liverpool, and then did really well.
He was part of Brendan Rodgers' team when I think he was 16.
Yeah.
That year that Liverpool nearly won the league.
Young Sterling was excellent, wasn't he?
He was fantastic, wasn't he?
They had Sterling, Coutinho, and Sturridge up front.
Yeah, and Suarez must have been about then as well, was he?
Yeah, that was the year they nearly won the league, though.
Yeah.
And I think Sterling then was only like 17. So.
Okay.
Trying to think
he was a great player when he was young.
Right, Ben, I'll give you a clue. One of these is a pundit now. Like, he's on pretty much everything.
A bit away to me.
I wouldn't have a clue, mate. I wouldn't have a clue. I don't.
On pretty much, literally on pretty much everything.
A pundit.
Decent player. Played for City.
Well, that's giving it away even more. I won't guess it now.
Mika Richards.
Yeah, Mika Richards. He actually, I think, again, it was very, very underrated. Did you actually see Thierry Henry doing a little tribute to him? Did you see that? When they were actually look it up on YouTube. It's actually really, really heartfelt.
He was underrated. He just got injured a lot.
Yeah. He said basically like how honestly go and watch it. Like Henry's, it's actually quite emotional when he talks about Micah Richards. It is good. So
I remember when he broke through, and everyone was like, "Oh, this kid's going to be like England right back forever," and he just could not stay fit.
No. He scored that really good header in the FA Cup when he announced himself, didn't he? And he swore in the interview, I think, after, which is ridiculous, but. 3 left. So two of these players did play for Liverpool.
One of them, I think, comes out of when you said he's played for Liverpool.
Go on.
He's come out of that West Ham, because I remember him from Championship Manager, and you could play him when he was like 16 on there. So Joe Cole.
Yeah, very good. Joe Cole, fantastic.
Bloody hell.
Cole, again, another absolute baller. Do you remember that goal he scored for Chelsea in the last game of the season?
Hey, remember that goal he scored for England against Sweden?
The volley, yeah. Ridiculous. Underrated baller. I remember listening to something, I don't know who it was. It might have been Harry Redknapp.
When he was at Chelsea after West Ham, he was so good. Yeah. That was his prime then.
But I remember like Harry Redknapp saying that he used to do like Rabonas from the halfway line and like hit the crossbar. Like just technically insane.
Again, he suffered so many injuries. He just ruined him.
Joe Cole,
so good.
Right, Ben.
I'm now at a loss of potentially.
We've got two. Left. We've got one who has played a lot of games in the Prem, and one who predominantly, will be more well known playing for Liverpool.
It's been a long, hard season, lads, and my mind is blank.
We're talking. I'll give you a clue. We're talking appearances. We're talking all-time Prem appearances here.
I thought obviously that was you got James game, Milner. Mate. I thought that was the game.
I'm talking of all time. Milner just broke his record.
Oh.
Gareth
Barry. Yeah, Gareth Barry.
Wow.
I don't know who the other Liverpool one is. I can't think.
Think
about Owen. Think about Owen and
Fowler.
Yeah, Robbie Fowler is the 10th.
Fucking
so
I didn't know he was that young. Really, I didn't know that.
He was young. I don't know how young he was, but to just go through that list again, we obviously had Chris Bart Williams, who must have played pretty much every game in those 3 years he was in the Prem to get 100 appearances. We had Mika Richards, Wayne Rooney, Cesc Fabregas, Raheem Sterling, James Milner, Michael Owen, Gareth Barry, Bukayo Saka, Robbie Fowler, and Joe Cole. Very good, gents, to be fair.
Strong list.
It's actually it's an easier list than you think, but I'm just going to go when we did it with the lads.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hey,
when we did it with the lads at work, we were throwing in all sorts of names. Like I was throwing in who got thrown in: Giggs, Luke Shaw, Trent,
Shaw.
Joe Hart, Carragher. Glenn
Johnson not on there.
Glenn Johnson got thrown in there. Harvey Elliott got thrown in there.
Harvey Elliott has he even played 100 games?
No, literally. I actually asked one of the kids. I've got one of this lad who I do a little bit of teaching and stuff with. He's just unbelievable football knowledge. And I asked him, I was like, "Oh, what do you think?" And he came out with Harvey Elliott straight away. I was like, "Surely that can't be right."
He's only played. He must have. He's not even played like a full season, has he?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't at all, has he? Yes, that's the end of the quiz. That was a good one, actually, that one. I like that one.
It was. Well, mixed it up a bit.
Before we finish, I think, firstly, we will be back. We're not going to take the whole summer off.
Mm-hmm.
Because the World Cup is right around the corner. World Cup's only under 2 weeks away now. So we will be back. After we're going, the plan is, I suppose, isn't it, to just do a few episodes throughout the World Cup and see how far England go as soon as England
get knocked out. England games more so. Isn't it? Maybe little preview of England game, either previews or after the games, probably.
So we'll be back with a few specials throughout the summer. There's a few guests that I've potentially got lined up who want to join our league next year. Some Instagram guys who are pretty well followed. They'd come on and talk World Cup with us.
Nice.
So we'll potentially get some of those guys. What I would say is just a massive thank you to everyone who played this year. You know, we can't do it without you guys playing. I know most of you are mutes most of the time, which is fine. We allow that to happen. But we do appreciate you guys, so thank you very much. Obviously, congrats to Mike again for cleaning up again. Mike, don't forget that next year we will remind you get to put 2 big stars next to your name now.
Just above the badge there. Just above the badge there.
You get a nice badge. I've also ordered myself 7 football shirts. I have no idea what I'm getting. They're all coming in the random ones.
Here he is.
Nice.
They'll be all ready for next season. I've also ordered myself a classic Vinnie Jones LNX Wimbledon shirt.
Nice.
After watching the Netflix documentary. If you haven't watched that, I would say watch it because he is a fucking nutter. And then lastly, just a massive thank you to my 2 co-commissioners, really. You know, without both of you this season, we wouldn't have achieved what we've achieved. You know, we've all put in a lot of hard graft and work to do 51 episodes. In over the last 10 months has been pretty intense. So just a massive thank you to you both. And, you know, the rebrand's gone well, and we're all, at some point in 2 weeks' time, I'm sure I'll be messaging you going, right, what are we doing? When's the next season start? You know, what's
we're already
going on?
putting feelers out there, aren't we, for next year? So we're getting a list together as we speak. But again, I'll just echo what Butler said. Been a pleasure to join you boys this year. It's been, as much as we put a lot of work in, we do enjoy it, to be fair. We do enjoy coming on a Thursday, seeing each other and chatting a bit of fantasy and a bit of shite. I think the pod's gone down unbelievably well. Like the 2 little eps, it's going from strength to strength. So if you know someone who would like it, please share the pod. Please subscribe. Please do everything. We want to try and...
If you want to sponsor us, we'll take your money.
Absolutely. We 100% will do that.
Cheers, chaps. Why am I feeling so emotional? Bloody hell. I can't really talk.
You're not going to see us now, Ben, for at least 3 weeks. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, the England game's not until the 17th. We've got a good month nearly until we see you again, Ben.
Maybe that's why I'm not going to see you boys for a while. Maybe that's what's making me choke.
At least you get the World Cup in America. But, I mean, true. I'm probably closer to the games than you are.
Yeah. It should be an absolute shit show this summer, shouldn't it? With all the... tourism and like all the issues at the moment in the US, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I completely echo both of your sentiments. It's been an absolute pleasure getting the job done whilst having a laugh. It's been really good. It's been a great season, and I'm really, really excited for next season and the 2 leagues, and I'm also really excited for a summer break.
Most importantly, yeah, absolutely.
You go watch all your baseball now, Ben.
Pardon?
You can go watch all your baseball now.
Oh yeah, that's it. Well, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start preparing for next year's playoffs. No, actually, let's put it to a vote, and I'm gonna be voting no playoffs next season.
Are you gonna still tell Taylor that you're doing the podcast every week, so you get like an hour to yourself?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Well, we might as well sign it off.
Cheers,
I'm going to do it
boys.
slightly differently this week. I'm going to say, may the fantasy gods have a rest and not bother us until at least August.
Absolutely that.
They let me down there at the end. That point.
Yeah. They did.
They've let me down all season, the fuckers.
Cheers, boys. See you next season.
Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye. See you next season.